See that people, they want to buy things together. All right. I think that it's a really cool thing. All right. I think that it's awesome, to want to buy and to get into business or to want to buy property with your spouse. I think it's an awesome thing. But I also think it can be a curse to you if you don't have to do that. So a lot of people, in regards to credit repair, in regards to finances, you think that you have to buy things together, right? I want to tell you that's not absolutely true, right? The only time that you have to buy a house together is if, let's say, you didn't make enough money, and so the spouses will have to combine their income to buy a house. I understand that. But to buy a car, if you don't have to combine the income, don't put your spouse or your whoever you with, don't put that, you know what I mean, in both of you guys' name. All right. And the reason I say that is because what this is what happens, right? You clog up your debt to income ratio. So when banks would give you more money, right? When banks would want to give you more money, they wouldn't give you more money because they see that you only make, let's say, $50,000 a year, and you have all of this debt. This debt that's on your credit report is your debt too. All right. I got asked a question. Let's see here. Someone asked me the question, and they were saying, Mark, what do you think about a person, me adding my wife to my card as, an authorized user? Well, in all honesty, I think it's a smart thing to add your wife or your spouse or, to your card as an authorized user. Well, I got to tell you this though. If times get hard and you have to max those cards out, take your spouse off that card, because if not, when that card reports maxed out, guess what's going to happen? Your credit score is going to drop, and your spouse or your partner credit is going to drop. So this is the best way to handle this, okay? You want to remember, when you are trying to have financial superiority, like, you want to really win, you got to know something. Leverage is power, right? If I was you, you got a good job, you want to go out and buy a car. If the car that you want, let's say is $20,000, and you can afford to get that car by yourself. If you can afford to get that car by yourself, do not put your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, don't put them on there at all. You buy the car, okay? You buy the car by yourself, right? The reason you do that is because if you put it in the other person's name, all right, you're gonna clog up their credit as well. So now you don't have a lot of leverage. Married couples, this is something that you have to be taught. This is not taught in church. This is not taught in communities. This is not taught for free. I'm just giving you some free game right now. I want you to know this, that you want to make sure, if you don't have to put your spouse's name on that car, don't do it, because you're going to clog up your debt to income. All right, so let me break it down another way. Let's say if you lost your job, all right? Let's say you lost your job. So you got two married couples, or you got one married couple, two in the house, husband and wife, right? The husband loses his job, right? All right, so now he can't pay the car note. He can't pay the credit cards. He can't pay his loans. He can't pay nothing. He's totally maxed out, can't do nothing. His credit is shot. But guess what? If that car was only in his name, and those cards was only in his name, that personal loan was only in his name, guess what? It only affects him. So this means that I got a whole nother way out. All right. So this is important for you to know, because sometimes this is what happens in couples and relationships. Finances become a problem. It becomes an issue. All right. We all know this. It all becomes an issue. It all becomes a problem. But if you master leverage, so there's been people who can't get, they can't get a place to stay because both the husband and wife got bad credit. Well, it shouldn't be that way, right? In a way, the reason I say that is because let's say if Mark took all of the bad credit, but Mark's wife, she still got good credit. That means she can still get you approved to get another rental property. She can get you approved to, buy another car if you lose the car. She can get you approved to, to do certain things under her name, right? But your name is, you're going through some hard times. So as a tip this tax season, I'm just telling you, as a tip in this tax season, this is what I want you to think about. This is why it's so powerful that a husband and a wife or a couple, this is why it's powerful for you guys to have good credit together. Because if one go down, this have happened to me so many times. Guys, I've been married almost 20 years. This has happened to me. Oh my God. This is a real life story. Like I tell my wife, I say, look, I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to take the hit on everything. You don't worry about nothing. We're going to keep your credit right. Because if I let your credit go down, now we back staying in a bad neighborhood. Now we're back. We got to put our kids in crazy situations because your credit is bad. So this is one of the biggest tips of the year you're going to see me bring across my page. Do not, I repeat, do not, if you can afford to, if you can buy that house in your name only, buy that house in your name only. Let me tell you something. If you marry, it don't matter if it's in just your name anyway, because you married. So those assets that you think you have, if you ain't signed a prenup or, this is just about in every other state, it belongs to her anyway, or it belongs to him anyway. Their name ain't got to be on it. Because when you settle out in court, they not just going, there's some people out here that get the misconception, well, my husband's name is the only one that's on the house, so I can't get to it. Baby, that's not true. You think a judge would now if you sign a prenup, then that's a different story. If you sign a prenup and you say you didn't want to own nothing, then that's totally different. All right. But I just take my advice on this because you want to have leverage in the house. So every time you go out to put your name on furniture or stop trying to buy things together as a couple, just use one person name at a time and you can get way more than you think you can. And you'll always have a way out just in case something bad happens. You got to always prepare, man, for the worst, right? You got to prepare. You got to be a person who prepare for the worst. If you don't do this, right, when the storm come, you won't know how to handle it. When bad times come, what just hypothetically speaking, what if something went wrong with your car, you lost your job, and everybody in the house got bad credit? So now you're going to be forced to get a buy here, pay here. You're going to be forced to, you're going to be forced in some weird situations. Even if you're not putting nothing in your spouse's name or your partner name or your girlfriend name or whatever your situation is, you can still be building credit. It's powerful. People always say it's good to have a two income household. Well, I want to tell you, it's good to have a two income credit superiority in your house with two people. In my house, it's three people. It's not just me. Nope, it's me, my wife, and my son. So something crazy happened and we have to rotate and use somebody's name. Guess what? We got three people, got decent credit, right? And if we had to leverage, if I had to leverage something, right, I could leverage something. This goes as far as business credit as well, right? Husband and wife, you got business, right? Don't try to apply for something together with a business, right? You want to like keep this stuff separate as possible, right? I repeat this is one of the best tips you're going to hear me give you all year. Don't, I repeat, buy something together if you don't have to. There's no reason you should have to go on a joint application for a loan. Don't do it if you don't have to. The only time you do it is if your finances make you do it. But there's people out here, man, who make good money by themselves. There's women out here who you don't even need your husband income, baby, because you already doing your thing. You already is secure. You already have, keep continually building your stuff up. Let your husband continue to build his stuff up. If any one of you fail, the other one is going to lift the other person up. So that is the best, one of the best, examples I just wanted to give you guys today, man, just real quick. Other than that, if you are on this call, you need help with your credit, I want you to inbox me or go to markleejr.com. All right, I have some amazing things that we can actually do for you. If you're a person that you may don't want to pay anybody to do your credit, no worries. I have a portal with access over 200 letters right now where you can literally log in, follow the step-by-step, and it's going to show you how to send these dispute letters off yourself. It's debt validation letters in there. It shows you how to get late payments off. There's so much training that we've been adding to this portal. Right now, the portal is absolutely free.